Go fast.
Here with FightHype, Teddy, you're known for breaking fights down. It's pretty much your forte. You know the sport of boxing. In your honest opinion, how do you see this fight playing out?
You don't have to say my honest opinion. I'm always going to be honest. At least I'm going to try. I promise you that. Even if people don't like it. Right. Plenty of people here hate me because they don't like it.
Well, boxing definitely loves you.
But I appreciate it. Listen, this fight's 6 years too late. From an athletic standpoint, I mean, you can't argue that. They're different guys. I mean, Pacquiao's not a seek and destroy missile anymore. He's not the puncher he used to be. He's not as big as he used to be. You figure that out. I don't know why. Right. But, you know, he's not as physical as he used to be. He's not as aggressive as he used to be. He's more of a boxer now. Floyd is more of a boxer than he ever was. He showed that in the last Madonna fight. Very careful. You know, picked spots, pot shot a little bit, used his legs, grabbed a little bit. You know, very careful guy. He was a little less careful 6 years ago. Still careful, but did more punching back than he does now. And taking a little bit more chances, even though that's really not something you match with Floyd. Taking chances. That's why he's here, and that's been his trademark. And I give him credit for it. And he's made it work for him. But they are different guys. It is a different kind of fight now. And the reason why it's a big fight is the timing was right. I mean, the fans, you guys, the media, everybody, you've been walking around the desert, you know, dying of thirst for a long time. And when you're dying of thirst, you know what you do? You look for an oasis. And you look up and you see this fight and you say, there it is, that's the oasis, that's it, and you run to it. And everyone's running to it. But they got another thing in the desert. You know what it's called? Mirages. And I just hope that this ain't a mirage. But we're not going to know until we know whether the people get water or they get sand in their mouth. We won't know till that happens. But we do know one thing, because they hope it's an oasis, it's going to be the biggest moneymaker probably of all time.
And you think this is pretty much what it is, just a money fight for both of these guys?
Listen, it might turn out to be, you like chess?
Of course.
Well, it might be a great chess match. You know, what was that guy's name? Fisher from the U.S. against Spassky, whatever.
Bobby Fischer.
Yeah, years ago. Maybe it'd be that. Hey, that was pretty interesting. You know what I mean? Even though chess can be boring, the world watched that. I mean, they were intrigued by that. So maybe the world watching this will find that interesting. Hey, maybe it'll be, maybe Floyd, he cares about his legacy. Maybe he'll do something you don't expect. Although I always think you're attached to your core, to your soul. To your temperament, to what you are. And he's a careful guy, you know, and I don't think that's going to change dramatically at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, right now is good for the sport because we're talking about it, because we're making it relevant. And these fighters, they deserve it to be relevant because they are some of the greatest athletes. When they get in that ring, there's a chance they come out of that ring with less of themselves.
Right.
And when they do it right, they're noble warriors in their own right. And so I think that it's deserving, the sport is deserving of this, needing of this, to bring the relevance up. But there's a flip side to that coin, and it's a dangerous side. If the fight is not a good fight, and you're paying $100 pay-per-view or $89 pay-per-view, you get a bargain, only $89, or you're paying $1,000 for a ticket up in the nosebleeds, right, and it's not a good fight, the fans are not going to be happy. And that's going to hurt the future fighters, which I care about. You know, the future guys that are going to come down the pike that aren't rich like these two guys, that are going to try to get rich and try to and take the same chances and same risks to get rich. They're going to come down the pike and they're going to suffer the consequences if it's not a good fight in that way. Right. So hopefully at the end of the day, it's a great chess match or it's just a great fight.
Well, one thing about, you mentioned that the prices are so high, but events like today that are being able to get live streamed on ESPN, you get to see it on ESPN today as far as the press conference is concerned. How important is that to the fan that doesn't necessarily can afford a $100 pay-per-view?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's important for them to feel connected with the fighters and feel part of the promotion. Very important, and it's good. You know, it's not the same as going to the fight. Right. I mean, let's be honest. They'd like to be there, but at least they can be part of. They can see how what the excitement is, match their excitement against the excitement of the fans out there. You know, kind of like going to a minor league baseball game. Right. Minor league baseball games are kind of big now because people can take their families. You used to be able to afford to go to a regular Major League Baseball game. You can't afford that no more, regular person. Right. I mean, it's too expensive. But you go to minor league, you can see the game, and maybe you get a chance to see the next Willie Mays or the next Mickey Mantle. Or should I say the next A-Rod? Maybe not. So, I mean, all these platforms, all these media platforms, all you guys are very important to the fan base. No doubt about it. You bring them a little closer.
Thank you, Teddy.